What's going on, my fellow Jedi and Padawans? Welcome back to another Jedi gaming video. Thank you guys so much for coming back to the channel. If you guys are new, welcome. I hope the weekend was fantastic for y'all, and Monday is off to a bang with the week starting off hot for you guys. So thank y'all for coming back. As always, the support has been banging, and all the numbers is just crazy to me to see them going up and up. So thank you guys so much for that. We got a lot of content coming out before the end of the season here, and then once Witch Queen comes out, it's gonna be content 24/7. It's gonna be so much, and I'm here to help you guys out, get as much as we can with that, because I just love helping y'all out, and just absolutely think it's just going to be like a totally new game when that stuff comes out. But today we're going to be going over another most underrated series for you guys, going over the Sorrow's Verse auto rifle. This thing is an arc auto rifle at 600 rounds per minute, so it shoots a little bit faster than like our auto price, but it's the same as the Last Breath auto rifle from the Dungeon Prophecies, so that auto rifle from the 9. Now I personally use this thing in both PvE and PvP, so I think it has a foot in both of the realms of Destiny for sure, and it has its different applications, especially like this season with anti-barrier auto rifle rounds. So I use this thing in a couple endgame activities like Master Lost Sectors and Master Vogue, because it breaks those arc shields perfectly, and it deals super well with taking out those anti-barrier shields because of that little faster fire rate. Now it does hit a little bit less hard than like the Shadow Price and that, but I think it makes up for it because it is an absolute laser beam, like I said. Takes down those shields slightly faster because of that faster fire rate, and in PvP it just, like I said, does not really move too much, so you can absolutely laser people. So we're gonna go over what I think the god rolls are for both PvP and PvE with this gun, and hopefully you guys can get one because this thing drops absolutely everywhere. The end of matches for Crucible Gambit strikes just comes from just legendary engrams. This thing is pretty much everywhere, so it's super easy to farm it and get a god roll for this thing. So first off, for PvP, I'm gonna go with small bore on this because it has +7 range and +7 stability for it, so it just, you know, tightens up both of those for you guys. Accurized rounds in the second slot, so you can get that extra +10 range on the gun. In our third slot, I'm gonna go with dynamic sway for the more shots that you hit, the less recoil it has, and the stability increases. So this thing is perfect if you're just hitting your shots. It just turns into an absolute laser beam and doesn't move. Finally, for our PvP roll, I'm gonna go with Rampage, just because in 6s this thing slaps, and you can get Rampage procced pretty easily, and once Rampage is procced, you get that extra damage, so you can wipe out people a lot faster, and you get extra range when Rampage is procced, so it helps with the range on this weapon. But you can get it absolutely super high with this gun just because of the certain perks that you can get on it, and it just, like I said, absolutely melts in PvP. In my personal opinion, I love using this thing, especially switching it up from the meta of just using a hand cannon sniper, stuff like that. You can put this on, you know, mix it up a little bit, go a sidearm, go a shotgun, just, I don't know. It's, for me, I like to mix up the meta and not continuously play with my Found Verdict and my Thorn, you know, my Found Verdict and another hand cannon. It's just so boring in PvP most of the time, for my opinion, because all you see is DMT, Le Monarch, 120s, and shotguns. That's basically it. So this is super nice to switch it up, and people aren't expecting an auto rifle from Guardians, so definitely suggest trying out this roll in PvP because it absolutely slaps. Next, for PvE, we're gonna go over the roll. So first off, we got Corkscrew Rifling because it gives you 5 range, 5 handling, and 5 stability, so it just kind of makes the weapon more balanced for those PvE, because you're slapping things far away, slapping things up close, and you use this thing to mostly just break those shields and do ad clear, especially with this roll. So in the second slot, I'm going to go with Tactical Mag, just because it gives 5 stability, +10 on reload and magazine size. So it reloads a little bit faster, and you get a couple more shots in your magazine. So that's just more damage output on enemies, and you can clear more ads out with the weapon. Next, we got Subsistence in that third slot. I'm going to go with Subsistence as my god roll with a backup of Feeding Frenzy. So with Subsistence on the weapon, when you get defeats with it, it'll partially reload the magazine with reserves of ammo. So it's basically like, as long as you're getting continuous kills with the weapon, it'll always be reloaded. So Subsistence on an auto rifle or like SMG. I absolutely love it, and like a backup, like I said, Feeding Frenzy, once you get those precision kills, you reload faster, so that just allows you to put a little bit more ammo down range and stuff like that. So I definitely think Subsistence is better in that third slot. And then finally, in that last slot, I'm actually going to go with Rampage for my God Roll perk right here, just because of that extra damage that you get and range on the weapon when you get defeats, especially pairing that with Subsistence. You basically always have it procced with the kills. They just reload ammo into the gun, and then Rampage just continuously procs, so it is super perfect. But if you're looking for another perk in there, you can go Demolitionist if you throw grenades a lot or got a grenade build, because every single one of those kills will give you grenade energy, and then when you throw your grenade, it reloads the gun. So it's kind of a nice little synergy right there as well, with Subsistence or Feeding Frenzy in the third slot, depending on what you're looking for. So that PvE roll, Corkscrew Rifling, Tactical Mag, Subsistence, and Rampage is my God roll. So those are my two God rolls for this weapon. Pretty nice in my opinion for both PvE and PvP if you're looking to switch it up. Next season is probably going to be a little bit different with the anti-champion mods that we're going to have, but I still think this thing is going to be an absolute laser in Crucible no matter what. A little bit less viable in some of the end game with losing anti-barrier rounds, but still super viable for clearing ads and having that Rampage proc, being able to clear those arc shields. It is just magnificent for that. So definitely suggest saving this weapon in your vault for next season. Get one now, because like I said, super easy to find. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.